I'm really stoked about this bike. Right now, we're kind of talking about it in the shop as if it is one of the best values in cycling and in bikes that you can get right now. We don't want to mistake that for saying that the bike is cheap. At $7,000, it's a more affordable price range than, say, like the Ostro. But in this case, for everything that you get with the bike, with one-piece handlebars, hooked wheels that can run tubed or tubeless, and then like a full carbon finishing kit, and then with Force E-Tap Axis that comes with a power meter, $7,000 is actually a pretty decent price tag. You can get it for a few $100 less with the Ultegra. The Ostro and the Monza are basically a direct comparison in handling, aero profile, and stiffness. The Ostro has a few performance differences that drop it by about 250 grams compared to the 1,100 grams that the Monza's claimed frame weight is. Those differences are going to be mainly the D-shaped steerer tube. That is to accommodate having a larger head tube and more aero profile in the Ostro, but at 45 kilometers per hour, they've said that you're only losing 2.5 watts on the Monza. So you're basically getting 95% of the Ostro at 70% of the price.
And it's not necessarily all about value. I think in some ways this might possibly be better than the Ostro because it was intended and designed for normal riders. And when you look at it like that, the advantages start to stack up kind of quickly. Let's start off with the fit. Across both platforms, both bikes ride pretty much the same. Compared to the Ostro, this has a centimeter more stack, and it has half a centimeter less reach. It also has a new bar stem combo, which was made to accommodate the new cable housing path. And the new bar stem combo on here has slightly less reach than the one that comes stock on the Ostro. So they're putting you in a really comfortable position. Next, we have the UDH hanger, kind of opens the door for group sets you can use. And if you look at the clearance for tires, it's really generous. We built this one up. Officially, it can take 34s, and that's what this has. But I'm pretty sure that this could take 36s if you were so inclined. And lastly, my favorite part, the internal storage. A lot of people do not consider internal storage a riding or performance upgrade, but I think for people like me, maybe people for you, it really is. You look at the Pro Peloton, they don't have internal storage, they don't have seat bags. They have neutral service cars and team cars that carry all their tools and anything that you need if you get a flex. What Factor did was they did some wind tunnel testing. And like Cole said earlier, when both of these bikes have a standard seat bag on them, there is a 2.5 watt difference between them. What they did was they then took the Monza and they loaded everything into the frame, tested it again, and they saw that there was a 6.5 watt difference between the Monza with a seat bag and the Monza with everything stored in the frame. When everything is stored in the frame, it's 6.5 watts faster. So if the wind tunnel testing is all legit, and if you do the math right, that means that when you store everything in the frame of the Monza, you're actually 4 watts faster than an Ostro with a seat bag.
And you look cooler.
Yeah,
A lot cooler.
all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah. When you buy the bike stock, it comes with one option for the bar stem combo for each size of the bike. If you were so inclined to order the bike through us, we can actually build it from the ground up. Crank lengths, bar stem width, and the length of the stem as well. Kind of more or less our sales pitch that if you want to help support us, get in contact. We can get you set up with a Monza and we can get it dialed into your exact fit.
There you have it. I think both of us kind of love this bike, safe to say. But it's not because of price or value. It's because it stands so remarkably on its own against the Ostro.
Well, if you want to support the channel, it's really helpful to us if you like, subscribe, leave a comment of what you like. If you hate it, keep it to yourself.